This is what we're going to draw.
Step 1. Sketch a plan in pencil.
Let's start by outlining the man's face. It's going to be a bit like that, and put a line across the middle. Draw very, very gently because we're going to want to erase all this later. That's where his eyes will be going across there like that, and his nose, his mouth. And then we're going to want to have his sort of thumb there and his finger sort of pointing there, his index finger, and then his thumb is sort of coming out like that. His finger then comes back like that, and then across the knuckles, and then that will be the cuff of his t-shirt or shirt or jumper or whatever, sweater, and we can come up and across and down, and that will go up and across and down, and then we may see a bit of collar sort of coming around like that, and then his shoulders will come pretty much straight down, and then that will come down at an angle, curve, that will come more to there, and then that will be up to the armpits. That's coming across to there and up to there. He's sort of holding his arm on the other side. We might see some fingers in there.
Step 2. Draw in ink.
Okay, to ink this in, let's start with this sort of pointing finger like that. And then that will go 1, 2, 3 for the knuckles. And then this is going to come out and then sort of around like that, down to the cuff. Let's draw that cuff as like a little rectangle, little box. And that's the kind of rib knitting kind of thing there. And then I think we might draw the face. So we'd put a little thinking kind of mouth. And then we're going to want circles for the eyes. Well, they're not circles, they're ellipses. They're kind of squash circles. And we can give him a nose as well. Very simple nose. You don't need to do anything complicated. And his eyes are kind of looking up over that way. And he's sort of thinking. So we could put his ears in here, there like that, and then these are the kind of inner bits that you know what I'm talking about. And then this will be coming down to the chin, and then we can have the sort of hairline a bit like that, and we can just do a little bit of a sort of a jiggy kind of hair, kind of, it's very close cropped kind of hairstyle, and maybe a bit of kind of hair texture in there if you want. We're probably going to see a little bit of shirt collar kind of thing happening here. That'll be his neck underneath, and then we want to bring this sleeve down here with a couple of little bits there for folds, and then that can come down and around and up to there, and then here we might see some fingers in there which look like sausages. And then we're going to get another sleeve coming over this way like that, and we're going to get folds in there and folds up in the armpits as well like that, and then we got the rest of the body like that.
Step 3. When you are absolutely sure that the ink is dry, erase the pencil lines.
Yeah, like I said before, don't press too hard when you're drawing in pencil and planning it all out, because then you're going to find it really difficult to erase those pencil lines, so don't press too hard.
Step 4. Add the finishing touches.
You can maybe add a bit more kind of texture in the hair like that. I think there's a huge amount to do here. We could maybe put some shading in like that. As I often say, the trouble with shading is that once you've started, then you can't stop. So let's put a bit in there like that, maybe a little bit in there, and a bit of shading under there as well. And then we're going to want a bit of shading happening all the way around here as well. And these are just little hatches, which is what we call this kind of shading, is just hatching bit of shading down there too. And then we're probably going to have to put a bit of shading down there as well, and maybe a little bit underneath there. And it's impossible to stop. So I'm going to say that's it. Just add a bit of colour, and there you go. How to draw somebody thinking. Real easy. Thanks for watching, and make sure you are subscribed to Draw Stuff Real Easy, and keep